Do you ever have days where you're a side character in your own story? You try to play a key part in everybody else's life except your own? That's how I lived my life until about a year ago, and I was building something that I thought would change my life. I poured my heart and soul into it, I posted consistently, I was showing up every single day, and at the end of this first year, I've had, well, nothing to show for it. And what I realized about that journey is it completely changed the way I think about progression as a whole. Now, I knew the end goal of what I wanted from life, whether it was the house or the loving family or having a community of like-minded people who I have helped along this journey. I knew the end goal. I didn't know what steps I needed to take in order to get there. So what did I do? I just started posting online, the YouTubes, the Instagrams, the TikTok, just hoping that something would catch. And a whole year later, almost nothing has. And I think I know exactly why. I was watching a movie one day and it made me realize that I was missing one huge thing when it comes to how I was posting my content. And what I realized is that I didn't make myself the main character. I just continued being a character that would come up with an idea and then post that idea and hope that somehow it would all connect and work out and become something. But when you watch a movie, you realize that they don't just randomly record shit. They have an exact idea of the path that the main character is going to follow from start to finish, even if it's a trilogy. I'm thinking about the animated Spider-Man movies. You have 3 goes. How are you going to tell Miles Morales' story within 3 movies? What is he going to go through along the way? How is he going to react to certain events? That is what I've been missing from this content. And if you're trying to build a personal brand, keep this in mind. And through watching these movies, it made me realize that the main character usually has a desired future, something that they are always striving to achieve. And they also have some sort of backstory. What made them who they are and what made them do the things that they do in order to achieve said future. That's what I've been missing. And really, you could pick any of your favorite main characters, but for me, the ones that came close for me were Peter Parker, Miles Morales, Steve Rogers, Naruto, and Asta. Those characters all share a sense of strength, something that propels them forward no matter what comes their way. And looking back at this content, I would just think of an idea, post it, and be on my way. So after this massive realization, I finally decided to sit down and really analyze something that you should absolutely be doing with whatever you're doing at any stage in life. But in terms of this, I sat down, I looked at my content, I thought, man, is it the content? No, the content itself is decent. All right. Then is it the editing? Maybe, maybe not. But then I realized that building a personal brand, there's a story behind it, a reason of why you're doing what you do, what made you that way, and what is it you are trying to now fix as a result of what has happened in the past. And the most surprising part is I really reflected deeper than just my content alone. This made me realize that, man, I've been living my entire life this way instead of having this whole story. And through analyzing this content, I realized that the problem was actually much bigger than I had originally thought. So maybe some of you are in the same spot. Maybe some of you are miles ahead of me. Maybe some of you haven't even started yet. But regardless of your position in this journey, one thing remains true, and that is if you are trying to build yourself, you need to have a story. This story becomes extremely important when building your personal brand. I know I've kind of trickled this in before, but you realize that the problem isn't even with YouTube or social media or Instagram, any of those platforms. The issue goes much deeper than that. And you'll realize that, well, in my case, I realized that this issue was happening throughout my entire lifespan. It was me, I was lacking this, and now I am trying to incorporate it in the rest of what I do. But let's dive a little deeper. You think at some point I must realize if I've been doing this for 8 months and I have seen next to no improvement, what is even the point of doing this? Why do I wake up every day still excited to post and to create content and to put something out there? After 8 whole months of not seeing anything day in and day out over and over and over, why do I still do this? And that's when I really understood that helping people create their dream lives is exactly why I still do this. I love seeing people improve their health, improve their finances, improve their lifestyles because it's something they want to do. I want to help people do that. That is what I find very, very, very exciting to me. I want to help create a community of people like this who I can help bring up, whether I'm a couple steps ahead of them, 10,000 steps ahead of them, it doesn't matter. To see people genuinely improve, I am trying to do whatever I can to make sure I can be somebody who can help other people. And so naturally, if I have such a goal, every action that I take from today onwards is going to be filtered through that lens. Will this improve my life? Will this improve somebody else's life? And will this improve my content so that I can help other people's lives? If these actions do not support this goal that I have, what is the point in doing that? And not only does this allow me to focus my time and efforts towards something that I truly am passionate about, but I will have a story that keeps building and that people will want to tune in for, see updates, get inspiration, be motivated. Whatever it is, people will be able to relate. They will know why I'm doing what I do. They will know what I've been through, and they will know exactly the journey that I am on, and they will want to be a part of that journey. And that is the essence of the main character story. So while this realization that I have not been doing enough or creating the right way or being the right person is kind of embarrassing, it's also liberating to know that I am also the solution. I have full capabilities to fix this problem that I have created for myself. And what got me even more was how simple this solution is. It really didn't take all that much to figure it out. Well, it took me 8 months to figure it out, but still, such a simple solution. It's like telling your younger self that you should have invested sooner, or that you should have purchased a home in 2008 when the market crashed, but you were only 5 years old. That was me. Such a simple solution to what seemed like such a grand issue. Sometimes we come into realizations like that, and it's totally normal, provided that you can take the steps to fix it. But hindsight bias is good. I learned it this time, so it'll help me next time. Now, all of you here watching this video right now, you likely share my ideals. You want to improve your own life. You want to improve the lives of others. You want to create an aligned lifestyle. You want to help people do the same thing and be surrounded by like-minded people who all do the same thing. Because the people you surround yourself with determine how your future goes. I fully believe in that. And the best part about posting on social media and creating these stories that you can connect with people that would have never been possible to connect with before, because you just pushed yourself on the internet. You put something out there, you learned, you adapted, you overcome. This story will be yours. You have to make it yours. That's the essence of the main character energy. And as cringe as it might be to say or to think about this main character energy, it is true. You must become the main character. The effort that you put into others people's lives, you need to put into yourself first. And those are the people I'm going to find, the people who are ambitious, that want to connect with others, that want to drive their lifestyle to the absolute maximum. That is the power, and that's the reason why we do all of this. You do more than the average person. You want more than the average person. You expect more than the average person because you are becoming more than the average person. And ultimately, that is exactly why I am doing this now. I'm reframing my story. I'm recreating this from the ground up because I have learned, I have tried, I have adapted, and now I have a new path to go on. But I would have never known if I didn't start. And so you having this main character atmosphere, you have to create it for yourself in order to achieve the things that you want. You have to be the center of attention. I want to help people on their passionate pursuit because this is mine, but yours might be different, and that is totally okay. As long as you are striving for greatness, that is why I am here. That is why you are here. If you are not posting already, just post. And speaking of you, who are you? What are your goals? What actions are you taking to achieve those goals? What is the dream life that you want? Is your current end goal aligned with your actions? Are you happy doing these things? These are all things you have to consider on this journey. And please keep in mind, I will forever be here along this path to help you, to discuss, to share ideas, to connect. If there is something that you guys want to achieve, feel free to send me a message, whether through YouTube, actually probably Instagram is more preferred. But I will always be here. I want to share ideas. I want to collaborate. We can connect. So do so if you're looking to build. And another thing, your community, your family, your people, your friends, they are all here to support you along this journey, hopefully. But the people that are, utilize them. This is not a solo journey. This would not be possible if you did not have other people to provide you support. So rely on them when necessary. Rely on them in times of need. You do not have to do all of this alone. So it's time for you to stop focusing so much on others. Reduce your distractions. Stop the doom scrolling. It is time for you to focus on yourself and start creating. Because, well, this is a story about you, and you're the author. So if you're looking for where to start or how to start yourself down this journey, I do have a video somewhere up here that you can click on that really simplifies all the steps that it takes to start yourself down this journey. And if you have enjoyed this video, I would appreciate if you click the subscribe button here, as it helps me and it helps the channel. So if you guys have enjoyed, please enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.